Radikal Rose. Radikal Rose. Radikal Rose. Radikal Rose. Welcome to the Radikal Rose Show, the hot spot of the night, cause your girl's so cold. So sit back, relax, and let down your hair and open up your mind to these affairs. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to the Radikal Rose Show. Thank you guys for all the feedback of where's the new episodes at, and I'm tired of watching the same 2 episodes. I haven't went anywhere. Red Hair Don't Care is back in full effect, okay? So let's jump into it. Today's topic is it too soon? And what I'm talking about is women having sex on the first date. And as far as date, I'm talking about potential couples that's actually dating and courting each other for potential of being in a relationship. I'm not talking about people just out here having random sex with random people, okay? Not discriminating. You guys can still watch the show, get feedback and everything like that. But this is whom I'm talking about, the audience wise. But I'm talking to everyone. Everyone can listen to me and my opinions about everything, okay? So usually, and this is like a little known fact, that every single time, not every single time, but usually when a woman has sex with a man on the first night, she's usually labeled as a hoe, a slut, a whore, a tramp, a prostitute, a floozy, a Jezebel, and a queen of the night, okay? All those different labels though, right? And when a man does it, he's usually a boss, a boss player pimp, and he's winning. So I guess us girls are just out here losing, so whatever. Those are the stereotypes that women usually get when the legs are spread apart and we have intercourse with a man, okay? Now, it shouldn't be that way. But it probably always will be, and it has been in the past, and it's hard to break history, okay? And also, waiting, does that necessarily equate to respect? The longer you wait, does that mean the more respect a man will have for you? Because you can have sex with a man on the first night and him have total and complete respect for you, opposed to you waiting about a month or so and the man having no type of respect for you whatsoever. It's different. You can't judge any 2 people or any 2 situations just as the same, okay? So if a man and a woman have sex on the first night, to make a good judgment about it, I believe it has to do with the maturity level and where you guys are at and how far you're trying to take this, okay? So if a woman has sex on the first date, and I'm talking about date as far as going out, maybe to like wasabi, walking past the koi fish, sitting down, having the chef pour sake in your mouth, and you got the towel right here and it's coming all out your mouth, and you feel a slight buzz, and you go back to the crib, actually going out, and him treating you as a lady, okay? Pulling out chairs, opening up doors, opening up car doors, okay? And then after you guys have gone out on a date, you guys go back to each other's house, and you have a recap of the night, and you guys are just chilling, watching Netflix, watching movies, watching TV, okay? So then sometimes men tend to think that just because they spent a little money on you, when they spent money on both themselves and you, and let's say about $40, that's usually a good price range of an average dinner, about $40, okay? Even though they make, some men, not all, some men make it seem like just because they spend $40 on you, that you need to give something up. When in all actuality, they spent $40 on the establishment, to the company that you guys ate at. They're not necessarily giving you $40 to put in your pocket to spend on whatever. Okay, so I think that's where some things get misconstrued at. So Then some women honestly do think that's why I'm talking about maturity level. Some women do think just because they went out on a date with a guy and he treated her like a lady and was nice and a gentleman, opened up the door, like everything I was saying did for her, that he should get a golden sticker. Like he should get a pat on the head and a golden sticker right on his chest, and have some type of greater outcome about it, when it should just be common nature. A man should always treat a woman like a woman, a lady like a lady. Men, you need to treat these women out here. Now, I'm not talking about the disrespectful ones or the ones that's all stuck up, or the real queen of the nights and Jezebels and tramps out here. I'm not saying that. Every person needs respect, but for a person that has some type of possibility of being someone to you, you need that. And not just that, a person period, a woman period, needs respect. People period. You don't get extra credit for treating a woman how you would want a man to treat your mother or your grandmother or your sister or even your daughters. You should treat women how you would want a man to treat the woman in your life, or a woman of kinship that means something to you, okay? Anyway, so does waiting a longer amount of time necessarily equal respect? So let's put this in perspective. Jaquan and Quintana, they've been talking and getting to know each other for about 5 to 6 days, right? Texting each other, because Lord knows people don't call anymore. People don't talk on the phone. Not like in my heyday back in the 90s, like I'm so old. But back in the 90s, even though I'm an 80s baby, grew up in the 90s, when Jaquan said he was going to call me at 8 o'clock, I told my girls that I'm chilling outside with, I got to go. Jaquan is about to call me at 8 o'clock. I was in the house at 7:55. By about 9 o'clock, I was back outside, done with my conversation, chilling back with my girls. Nowadays is more technology, and, even these little preschoolers got these cell phones and iPads, which I just think is crazy, but hey. And technology is totally different. But if they are talking and texting each other and talking for about 16, 18 hours a day, that's a long time to truly get to know each other. Especially if it's for about 5, 6 days, 16, 18 hours, getting to know the upbringing, the childhood, where you at, where you been, where you're trying to go, your fears, your dreams, your wishes, everything. Now, you can get to know a person, especially in that large of a time frame, pretty well. Does that necessarily mean that if she has sex with him, just because it was only a couple of days that they actually known each other, does that make her a hoe? Opposed to a woman that could say that they known a man for a month, but it's only through text messages, and they talk for about not even 2 hours, maybe an hour a day. Opposed to someone that's talking to someone all day, every day. But the people that's going back and forth texting and only talking a day, finally went out on a date after a month. To me, that's basically one and the same. And then with the text messages, a lot of times it's so crazy how things have changed, because with text messages, all it is a WID, HMU, hit me up, what you doing, LOL, SMH, IKR. It's all these little non-words that are going through text messages. Not even words, because people had just became lazy. Let's be real. And we just are more fast-paced with everything. So they finally go out on a date. Does that necessarily mean that Jaquan is going to respect her more because a month has went by? I mean, let's be real. Everything has a different outcome to it. And you shouldn't feel ashamed of how it is. If the maturity level is there and both of you guys want it, especially if you're dating and if a guy knows that, okay, this is still someone that I know I could be with, then hey. Now, and then also sometimes it's the girl that's always saying, well, I don't usually do this, but I'll do this for you because you're special. Or I only did this to one other guy and you gonna be the second one. Okay, sometimes it's the honest truth. And because it's so cliche, it's not taken seriously. So it's really 50-50 on that spectrum. But it's up to you. As long as the maturity level is there and everything is good, then do it. It's up to you at the end of the day. If you're seriously thinking about that person, and sometimes people have the thinking, well, I need to know what I'm getting myself into it, to see if their sex is whack or not, because sex is going to happen within a relationship to get it out the way, so I guess in some spectrums, it is good to get it out the way to see if you're even compatible with that person. But rule, don't ever confuse lust with love. Now, I also thought about as far as gay women. Does this go for them as well? Because no penetration is actually happening. Well, I'm not going to say no penetration, but actually with flesh. It may be with latex or banana or pickle or whatever. It's not a penis and a vagina. So is that different? Is that the same? If two girls go out and they're lesbians, and they're dating each other and they have some type of sexual encounter, I would think that would go the same as well. What do you think? It's still one of the same. You're still giving your body and your sexualness, I made that up, but your sexualness to someone else, seeing them in your nakedness and in your original form, in your birthday suit. And homosexual guys. Now, homosexual guys can be penetrated, but that's a whole different spectrum. But I do not discriminate on love. Love is love, whether it's with a woman and man, woman and woman, or man and man. Do you? I'm not here to judge. People are out here to judge, but whatever floats your boat. So what's your feedback about it? Are you against it or are you with it? How do you feel about it? If a woman gives it up and she is comfortable with it, it shouldn't really matter. It shouldn't really matter to anybody else because your business is your business. We are not here to judge. We were not placed on this earth to judge. Only God can judge us. But I'm interested in your opinions and your feedback. Radikal Rose Show. Hit me up. Let me know. I love the feedback, guys. Alright? So, is it too soon? Was it too soon? Alright, guys. That has been the Radikal Rose Show. Hit me up. Alright? Peace and prosperity. Peace.